ahead. You on?
Okay, well, we started mudding the drywall today. Finished the ceilings, did some work in the laundry room, fixed that wall we were talking about, fixed the floor. I got the rest of the windows in.
Yeah, take me through like out there at the laundry room and show us a little bit of your work there, John, if you don't mind. We're walking through the project with the contractor right now. He's basically giving us a synopsis of what he's done thus far.
Well, the floor we're standing on here,
yes, sir.
that had almost a 2-inch bow in it. So we had to take the floor apart and put new floor joists in and jack it back up and get it right.
Okay.
That wall there wasn't even on the concrete block outside no more. It all rotted away.
Okay.
So we had to put new studs in there, new installation, and re-drywall it. And we hung all the drywall. Started doing first coat on the taping and mudding today. Okay.
Looks like the house is really coming along here. You know, like I said, it's from if everybody's been watching from day one when we first, this was basically what, a particle board. What was it?
There was some kind of paneling.
Or whatever. Now we've got it drywalled in. So I mean, you know, it looks really well. And then I can see like here in the kitchen, you basically pretty much came in and drywalled down before we were filming that, the bottom portion. But like I said, it was easy to just go ahead and do the whole thing. And therefore you don't have any, you know, spaces available, you know, that, you know, somebody can come back after if they move a cabinet or something, say, oh, they didn't drywall here. So we basically drywalled it here. And then I can see, like I said, I'll take them through the bathroom, but the other part of it is, like I said, I think I showed in here in the laundry room before even, the floor that you did in here, how you leveled it off, and that's the linoleum that we've put in there. Basically, we've drywalled in here, just got to tape it and mud it. You know, the bedroom, I was showing them also how you came in and cut the door out, you know, to make it the same height, you know. What is it going to take to frame that door in right there so it can look like that one over there?
That basically comes as one unit. It's just going to slide into the hole that I made for it.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, that ain't going to be hardly nothing to do.
No. And then so tomorrow you plan on doing a little bit of maybe
finishing trimming out these windows and getting some drywall on it and coating it and putting first coat of mud on.
Okay, now this is like a question I'm going to ask you. It's an on-the-spot question. I like these on-the-spot because it doesn't give you a chance to think. What would you advise someone that's coming into a project? Do you consider this a major rehab, a modest rehab, or a small rehab? How do you consider this in your terms, in your words, and in your view?
Well, re-drywalling every wall and changing every window, it's a big project. It ain't, you know, it's not something that somebody that doesn't know what they're doing ain't gonna come in and do it.
Right. But in a house like this, even though it's a smaller house, it's still considered to be, like you said, a major project. But would you recommend it? If you walk into a house and it's got old drywall, it's got old paneling, you know, it's got older windows, you recommend doing a project like this?
Yes, it's going to help it in every aspect of the house, for your heating and everything.
Okay.
Just like the bathroom wall that we have to insulate, you find out that there's no insulation in the walls.
That's correct. So then
you don't know that until you open it up and find out yourself.
That's correct. And usually in an older house that was built 40, 50 years ago, we can pretty much probably tip our hat and say there's probably no insulation inside of the wall, you know, because they just didn't believe in insulating. Back then it wasn't necessary, you know, 50, 60 years ago.
The particle board on the outside, the blackboard, that's considered insulation.
Is that what they,
yes, that's what it was back then,
okay. And now new codes and new laws have, you know, they found that, hey, you need to actually go inside the walls and put something in between the walls, and the walls only could be so much space between the width between the walls. So it's a lot of different things as the laws change. What they're doing, and it's a good thing, make the car more efficient.
Yes.
You know, I guess, you know, more economical to save you money on your heating bill and things of that nature.
And also your air conditioning.
Yes.
You'll save on your air conditioning too.
Yes. So basically, like you said, so you would consider, you know, and that's the thing about it, that what I'm saying is this house can be 700-800 square feet, for example. So just think about doubling that square footage and doing the same thing in there. That's why you say that would be considered a major overhaul.
Correct.
Okay. But it's well worth it in the end.
Oh, yeah.
So for anyone that's doing a rehab, because you know how people tend to, you don't want to cut corners.
If you cut corners, you ain't saving nothing.
No, not in the long run, especially if you mean to sell a house. And that's something I wanted to really tell the people, and I was thinking about this even today. You might cut that corner and, like now, don't put the insulation in that wall. But if they go hire an inspector
Yeah.
Typically, he goes under the house, up in the attic. He goes and looks, you know, at the electrical. He looks at the plumbing. He looks at the HVAC. If you don't hire the right people to do those jobs and you think you're cutting corners and saving money, eventually he's going to write that report up and it's going to say, hey, you're missing this doesn't. And so wind up going to have to rip those walls out, put that stuff in there, or you're going to have to reduce the price tremendously. And most of the time that I found, when you try to reduce the price, people don't want it because they feel like I've got to do the work and they're not capable of doing the work.
Someone still has to fix it.
That's right. Someone still got to fix it, and they're working during the day, and the weekends they want free. So my thing is, while the house is vacant, no one's in there, go ahead and get those things done. So once the house completely gets finished, you can look back and say, I'm glad I did those things. So that's always something that I advise people to do, because you got people say, well, man, it's not necessary. You know, even if you're renting a place, it's still necessary for insulation.
When you're rebuilding a house like this, you build it like it's your own. Would you do that to your own house?
No, you know, I wouldn't do it, but
right,
you know, a lot of people do, and
right.
Therefore that's why I'm advising those people that are looking at these situations to say, take the extra time. It's not really that much more money. You know, you might be talking about $100, $150 more, $200 to go ahead and do it today. Whereas if you wait and get that wall back up and he tells you got to tear it down, put the insulation and the time in there, right. You know, and the people ready to buy the house now saying, no, we need something now. And you still got to go in there a week later and do that job. It's like, it's not worth it. So do it.
Now you didn't sell your house, and now you got to pay somebody twice to do the same job once.
That's it. That's it. So it's not feasible. But yeah, just walk us in, you know, and like I said, we're just taking a look at your work, doing great work in here. Just, you know, all of the things that have been done. Like I said, today he kind of mudded and taped and trimmed some windows out, and the ceilings have been done. House is really coming along well compared to what it looked like. So for all of you that have been tracking us and keeping up with it, you take a look at it day by day, you know, because this is basically week, I say the second week, but day number, because we go by the week 10, this is day 12 of the project.
Correct.
Actually,
a couple days I wasn't here. So
that's correct. Yeah. Weather and so forth. So I tell people. So, but to me, we're on track, because once you get these things done that are being done in the house, the rest of it is just fill in the gaps and get the little stuff done that needs to be done. The drywall is a major challenge because I can tell myself it makes the house look 100% better just by drywalling these walls here and giving them that fresh look as a newer house would be. And I can just imagine what they're going to look like when they put some paint on the walls and so forth. And I'm just going to go here in the bathroom really quick so you can get out of here, John. And I want them to see that when I came in here, this is what we were talking about the insulation of the walls. The walls, we took down the drywall, or we took down what I call it particle board, whatever you want to call it. We took it down. The plumber came in here and he put the fixture up there to get ready to put the fixtures in. He went under the house. He did his mechanisms and things, but as you can see, the walls are pretty much bare. We're going to insulate these walls in here, so because it's an external wall, so once that drywall gets put up on the walls, it'll create that heat barrier that when you're in here taking a shower and you come out, you won't feel a draft. So just keep these things in mind when you are looking into, you know, remodeling the home. That extra step, like I said, if you were going to live in the house yourself, is so important. You know, to take that initiative for that, you know. And these are the things that we want you to, you know, come in if you're concerned about it, if you've never done a rehab job before and you need the advice. I know a lot of people are going to HGTV, which is a great source, but at the same time, we're doing the same thing live. Giving you hands-on, if you're able to do a small rehab and so forth, the things that we're going through in here, you're welcome to just, you know, send us an email or, you know, write in on this particular renovation project, what has been going on. And, you know, we look forward to, you know, as the weeks go on, finishing this project out and letting you see a completely finished house, how it should look from the beginning when you walked in and there was nothing and it was kind of run down to the point where it's fresh, looking like a house that's in 2011. And we want to thank you right now for your time. And like as I say always, until we see you again.